Rusty O'Sullivan gunned the old Ford's engine just before he swung onto the back road and headed up the hill towards Someday Valley. A storm was putting on a show. Rain pounded so hard he almost believed he was driving in an ocean. There was always a chance the car wouldn't make the incline in the muck, but he'd had a hell of a day and figured his bad luck had to run out sometime. He'd made it over the last bridge, but the rotted boards seemed to be crying out in protest. Half a mile later, the road turned to mud. No one but Rusty lived beyond a rustic cabin. If someone gave his dirt road a name, it would be Nothing Beyond or Nothing Worth Seeing Up This Way. The little cabin in daylight looked like a painting, but at night it was more a set piece from a horror film, except for one whimsical touch. Someone had planted strawberries everywhere. There were dark green plants in the shade beneath the trees, along the edge of the porch, and lining every rock path. The strawberries would erupt in the summer, but tonight the plants were in winter sleep. The leaves were almost black to match the sky. The mud that was moving downhill like lava on his left drew his attention. A 10-foot drop was on his right. Bald tires didn't put up much of a fight to hold onto the 2-lane road. In the midnight rain, Rusty felt the fair lane begin to slide sideways. Like a slow rerun of an old black-and-white movie, the Ford tilted right as the road disappeared and 3,000 pounds of steel began to roll. Rusty tightened his grip on the steering wheel as if he still had some control of the car. Or his life. He didn't bother to scream or cuss. He simply braced for a crash. Bad luck had always ridden shotgun with trouble all his life. The ground slammed into the passenger side, shattering windows and crunching metal. Then, as the roof hit the incline, he felt the cut of his seatbelt, and it seemed to be snowing glass. The Ford rolled again, and the driver's door pushed against Rusty's shoulder. He braced as it rotated once more, and the inside of what had once been a car was now a coffin of flying glass and metal. Something hit his head, and the world went completely black. But for a moment, the sounds remained in his brain as if echoing since birth. Unwanted. Nothing but a bother. Deserted. One last echo whispered through the bedlam. One word he'd heard for as long as he could remember. Worthless.